recording? Yep. Yeah. Okay. So as you all already know because of the schedule, that today we'll be having this class on argumentation and rebuttals. But before that, a few things which I guess you all had a doubt upon uh, in the previous class was the benefits versus drawbacks approach, and probably someone had a doubt in second order thinking approach. Apart from this, we'll be covering these again. But apart from this, was there any other doubt in the previous session?
No.
Considering none, we'll then move on to these things: benefits versus drawbacks, and the second order thinking. Now, see, the second order thinking is something that I won't be doing it again, for the purpose that it is actually something which is a little bit more complex, and so probably we'll be covering that in a later session in more detail, maybe not in these 14 days, but maybe after it in our class we'll be covering that in greater detail, because it needs way more explanation for you all to properly understand it. Right? But yeah, benefits versus drawbacks is something that we can talk about right here. Just give me a second, I'll be sharing my screen. Yep, so I hope my screen is properly visible. Yep, it is. So then we'll move on to the doc, and the approach that we are going to talk about over here is benefits versus drawbacks. Before we come to that, just a quick recap of whatever we had done in the previous session. Just give me a sec. Yeah, it was that there are 4 main steps that you need to do once you get the topic. Those 4 main steps were first. Yeah, those 4 main steps were: first, clarity about the motion; second was opposition's arguments; and the third one was your own arguments; and fourth one was simply writing your own speech. Right? Yeah. So the clarity mainly had 2 questions. What does this motion mean? Why is this debate taking place? And opposition's arguments had only once again 2 questions. What is opposition's strongest push going to be? And secondly, then, how can you deal with it? Right? How can you respond to it, basically? Now that we've done both of them, I hope that nobody has a doubt in all of this. If you have, then you can always raise your hand and I'll answer that. Then we come to your own arguments, within which we had understood 5 main approaches, which were intuition, which is something that when you get a motion, a few arguments come to your brain automatically without you having to think for them. That is what we mean by intuition. The second approach was benefits versus drawbacks, which is something that we are going to cover again over here. The third one was opposition to proposition, or something that we also call as counter argument. And the fourth one was it was example to argument. The fifth and the final was second order thinking. Right? And the speech writing was then that you just start writing your speech. Probably you can write it in bullets. It would help you out. It will give you added flexibility. Now, coming on to benefits versus drawbacks once again over here. See, let's understand this with the help of an example. Let's say that we have this motion. Educated Indians should, for their well-being. Now, if it is worded like, it would be in the benefit of educated Indians to emigrate after completing their education. Can someone quickly tell me what does this motion mean? A very simple worded motion. There is not a lot of complex interpretation to it. So yeah, can anyone tell me quickly what does this motion mean, and what is this debate? Why is this debate taking place?
It basically means that you should migrate out to abroad after you have completed your education from India.
Exactly. A very simple interpretation. Nothing much to it. Once we've understood the motion, and now we want to apply benefits versus drawbacks approach. So how we are going to do it is, let's say that we are speaking in favor of the motion, which is again, no, ignore the spelling mistakes, which is again known as being on the side proposition, or again known as being on the side government, right? Just other ways of saying the same thing, that is, you are speaking for the motion. Now if I am speaking in favor of the motion, then firstly I need to understand that what are both the sides proposing, right? For example, in this motion over here, the side for the motion is saying that Indians should emigrate, right, once they've completed their education. Now, what is the thing that side against the motion proposing? Can anyone tell me what is it that against the motion is proposing? Just like for the motion is saying Indians should emigrate, what is against the motion proposing? No worries, that is why we are here, so that we can understand it. Against the motion is simply proposing that Indians should not emigrate. They should live in India itself, right? Live in India. India is a great country. So I know it's not. It's so simple that some of you might be thinking कि इसको भी पत्थर मार देंगे फेंक के, क्यों बता रही है चीज़ ये हमको, like understood. But yeah, these are the two things that for the motion and against the motion are proposing. Once you've understood it, what you need to do in benefits versus drawbacks approach is that if you are in favor of the motion, then you just give the benefits of proposal of for the motion, that is emigrating, and give drawbacks of the proposal of side against the motion, that is drawbacks of staying back. This is what you need to do when you are speaking in favor of the motion and using the benefits versus drawbacks approach. For example, if I were to apply this over here, then I can say that Indians should should move out for their benefit because they'll get better job opportunities, or they might as well get better living conditions, which includes infrastructure, healthcare, education, etc., etc., right? And then if they were staying back, then the drawback would be that India is a very populated country, so they need to suffer from they need to face a lot of pollution. So if they move out of India, then they will not have to deal with all this pollution, which is maybe harmful for their health and leading to other harms, right? So I took the motion, I was in favor of the motion, I understood what both the sides are proposing. I said these are the benefits of what I am proposing, and these are the drawbacks of what against the motion is proposing. So probably you should prefer my side because we have these benefits, and because they do not have any benefit, rather they are harming you more. Is this clear to everyone? If it is, then what I'll ask you all to do that is, and now you can frame all these three as three separate arguments, three separate full length arguments, and you will be good, because in debates you generally need 3 to 4 arguments. That's it, right? Now what I am going to ask to you all is, if you were speaking against the motion, and I know that I am going a little bit fast over here, that is because we've already done this to some extent in the previous class. Now, if you were speaking against the motion, you know what both the sides are proposing. So tell me, you need to tell me the benefits of what? You need to give me the benefits of what? Emigrating or staying back in India?
Staying back in India.
Exactly, Vanya. Great. So we need to give the benefits of staying back in India, and what do we need to give the drawbacks of? Drawbacks of emigrating, drawbacks of staying back. What do we need to give the drawbacks of?
Emigrating.
Exactly. So आपने देखा कि फॉर द मोशन और अगेंस्ट द मोशन क्या प्रपोज कर रहे हैं. फिर अगर आप फेवर में बोल रहे थे तो आपने अपने वाले प्रपोजल के बेनिफिट्स बताए और उनके प्रपोजल के ड्रॉबैक बताए. अगर आप अगेंस्ट में बोल रहे थे तो भी आपने अपने वाले प्रपोजल के बेनिफिट्स बताए, यानी आप अगेंस्ट द मोशन के बेनिफिट्स बताए, यानी स्टेइंग बैक के बेनिफिट बताए. और उनके वाले प्रपोजल के यानी एमिग्रेटिंग के ड्रॉबैक बताएं. Now, can someone tell me the benefits of staying back in India? Maybe just one or two. That should be good.
First of all,
Raising the
if
economic
everyone-
Guys,
value.
we'll go one by one. Yeah, maybe this time we'll go with Sanvi first and then Vanya, and then in drawbacks we'll go maybe with Vanya first and then Sanvi. Okay?
works. So, first of all, the major thing would be that if everyone migrates out, 2 points under the same. First, the youth of India would decline. Second, the other countries, why would they take Indian citizens and feed and nourish them against their own citizens?
Correct. Okay. So Sanvi gave us two main arguments. That is, firstly, it's bad for the country. It's bad for the home country, and so it's no. Wait a second, Sanvi. These are things that you can say in drawbacks of emigrating, not in benefits of staying back. Okay. So yeah, I'll add it to the drawbacks of emigrating. Meanwhile, Vanya, can you please tell me the benefits of staying back in India?
Like our country will be more developed because of better. There will be better people at the job opportunities, and actually what I meant to say was it would raise the economic value of the country.
It would raise the economic value of the country. Okay. Right. All right. So both of you have given me three main points. That is, it would raise the economic value of the country, and on the drawback side, it is ethically wrong kind of that it's bad for the country. And then the second point that you gave me in drawbacks was, Sanvi gave me, was that the host country may not like you there and may not help you out, right? Now, I can take this one, that the host country may not help you, but saying that the home country will not be benefited, or that how you can contribute to the home country when you are staying back, is something that I can semi take, because as an individual you may like or you may be happy when you are contributing to your nation, but you may be dissatisfied when you are not able to. However, this is not so very important in this motion, because again, have a look at how the motion is worded. It's not about whether Indians should emigrate or not, it's about whether it would be in their benefit to emigrate or not. If we are talking about their own benefit, then saying how host country would be benefited or not, it may have some value, because they as well maybe are patriotic and so they will be happy if their home country would be happy. लेकिन इसकी उतनी इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं होगी जितनी उन आर्ग्यूमेंट्स की होगी जो आप उस बंदे को ध्यान में रखते हुए कहोगे. Is that clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Great. So now, with that additional clarification, I want you all to try once again. I'll give you 1 minute. It's 4:22. I'll ask you all at 23. And tell me the benefits of staying back and the drawbacks of immigrating. Yep. So are you guys ready? Do I have some arguments? Do I have some benefits and drawbacks? Raise your hand.
I think
Yeah, this time we'll be going with Vanya first. Vanya.
The benefit of staying back would be that they would directly develop the country and they would help in creating awareness over certain fields, and basically it would help in the development of the nation.
Okay, and Sanvi, go ahead.
uh, to frame it better, I would say that for the people it will be good because you can start your own enterprise. As majority of people, if they want to move out, you'll be having less competition, so you can start your own enterprise if you're scared of competition.
So you're saying that because majority of people will move out, that is why you will have the opportunity with lesser competition over here. तो आपके लिए better होगा कि आप ही रहो. Is that what you're
Yeah,
trying to say?
I mean you can start your enterprise. Yeah, I think.
Okay, right. See, I'll tell कि आप दोनों के arguments के संग क्या problem है. देखो, पहले वान्या जो आपने कहा that again you will be able to contribute to your country. It is a benefit that I am very likely to take because of the way that you've a little bit changed the wording. पहले भी आप यही कह रहे थे कि you will be able to raise the economic level of the home country. However, अगर आपने इसको जैसे अभी थोड़ा सा वर्डिंग चेंज करा, अगर थोड़ा सा और वर्डिंग आप चेंज करके मुझको पहले थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन भी करो कि वाई दीज इंडिविजुअल्स आर ऑल्सो लाइक एनी पर्सन are happy with the progress of their country and they can contribute to the progress of their own country, which will make them happy. So that is the benefit that they'll get of if they stay back, right? So just maybe change the wording a little bit and then I'm ready to buy your argument. Then Sanvi,
Okay.
coming to your argument about how if majority will move out, then it will be easier for you over here because you'll face less competition. Just let me know, am I understanding it correctly? Is this what you're trying to say?
Well, I was actually, I think I had not used the right words. I basically wanted to say that because majoritarily people are taking education from India, so you will have the like you can start your own enterprise in the education sector so that you can earn out of it. You'll have more value for that because after completing their education, they are going out. These kind of enterprises will help them. Like if
Right.
this situation is taken.
So, what are you saying? You're saying that educated Indians will be able to still do a lot of businesses, etc. over here, or are you saying that these educated Indians will be able to make an enterprise which will help other educated Indians to move out, and that is why they should stay in?
The first point.
The first one, that educated Indians do have a lot of economic opportunities in India itself, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm ready to buy it then, right? So again, debate is a game of words. So choose your words wisely, right? So yeah,
Right.
so you both gave me two main points. That is, firstly, I am a patriot, or most people are patriots, and they would be happy to contribute to their countries, right? And the second thing is that there are still many economic opportunities in India itself. Okay. Then, is there any drawback of emigrating? Quickly, let's do it so that we can move on to the most important thing for today.
It requires a lot of capital to move out.
It requires a lot of capital to move out. That is a great point. In fact, I myself never thought of that point. Yeah, so it requires a lot of capital to move out. And not everyone has that kind of money, and maybe you'll have to take a lot of loan, etc., etc. It requires a lot of capital. Or maybe, as you said earlier, that the host country will not help you. You might face the problems of racism, etc. So, we have the benefits of staying back. We have the drawbacks of emigrating. And now we can give these as 4 wonderful, beautiful arguments, and that's it. We do not need any other argument of the debate. Now, is this approach now very clear to everyone? Raise your hand if
Yes, it's clear.
it's clear. Great. So, I hope that all of this, except for second order thinking, is now absolutely clear to everyone, and now you guys will not have any problem in all of this. Is it?
It is
Great. Then, coming on to what we had to do today, which is argumentation and rebuttals. Yeah, here it is. So, need not do this. Well, yeah. So, now we need to understand the structure of an argument. See, we identified these 4 arguments over here. However, the way you present these arguments can make a lot of difference about the kind of impact and weightage that the adjudicator is going to give to this, right? The judges will find your argument better and are more likely to give you the win if you present them in this following manner. What is that manner? 4 main steps. Firstly, just give me a line and tell me what your argument is about. Basically, the title of that argument. And then give me the reasoning behind it, that why is this argument true. Thirdly, give me the impact that you are generating from that argument. And fourthly, the importance of that argument. Now, I'll be expanding them one by one. देखो, पहले वाला तो बहुत सिंपल है टाइटल कि मतलब उसमें आपको कुछ नहीं करना. Just give me your argument in one line that just like we wrote it over here, that Indians should emigrate because they'll find better job opportunities, right? Once you've done that, then the second thing that you need to give to me is the reasoning behind this, that why is your argument true. Now, the reasoning that you need to give for every argument totally depends upon the kind of argument that you are presenting. Some arguments are a little more nuanced, a little more niche, and for that you need to give me a lot of reasoning. However, then some arguments can be so simple and so intuitive that you might not give me a lot of reasoning for that. But then how do you decide कि कितनी reasoning देनी पड़ेगी? So what you just have to do is that you need to keep on asking why. For example, if I'm saying that Indians will have better economic opportunities if they'll move abroad, then I'll say this is the argument that we are dealing with. I've said the title, that better job opportunities. Then how am I going to give the reasoning? I'll ask myself, why do Indians have better job opportunities abroad, right? Then probably the answer is that abroad you can get a higher pay and you have many more jobs, etc. Right? Then I can be asked, why do I get a higher pay abroad? Like, I am again asking myself a why question. Why do I get a higher pay abroad? Maybe because people outside are rich and they can pay you more. I mean, when you are working for an Indian company as compared to when you are working in an American company, staying in America, that American company is probably going to pay you more. Secondly, then, what is also likely the case that if you are working abroad, then maybe the standard of living over there is higher. Or if that is something that you guys are not able to understand, maybe abroad the prices of goods or the prices of general things is higher as compared to in India. For example, इंडिया में जो चीज़ 10 रुपए की मिलेगी वो जनरली आपको अमेरिका में 70 रुपीज़ की मिलेगी. तो जब कॉस्ट इतनी ज़्यादा होती है तो कंपनीज भी आपको ज़्यादा पैसा सैलरी के रूप में देती हैं. ये इकोनॉमिक का एक कॉन्सेप्ट है जिसको अगर आप अभी ना भी समझो तो इट्स नॉट दैट बिग ऑफ अ प्रॉब्लम. So I first asked myself, why do Indians have better job opportunities abroad? Because you can get a higher pay and have many more jobs, right? There are many more job options available. Secondly, then, why do I get a higher pay abroad? Because people outside are rich and they can pay you more. इसी तरीके से I'll keep on asking myself why questions till I have a decent amount of reasoning. अभी यहाँ पर this argument is a very simple and a very intuitive kind of an argument. तो इसीलिए इसकी रीजनिंग में बहुत ज़्यादा चीज़ की ज़रूरत नहीं है. यट कभी कदार आपके टॉपिक्स ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्स होते हैं और फिर आर्ग्यूमेंट्स भी ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्स होते हैं. तब यही रीजनिंग 4 से 5 वाई क्वेश्चंस या मे बी और वाई क्वेश्चंस में भी जा सकती है. बेसिकली जितनी बार आप वाई लगाकर क्वेश्चन पूछते जाओगे, जितने ज़्यादा डेप्थ में जाते जाओगे उतनी बेहतर आपकी रीजनिंग होती जाएगी. And this is again something that is a little bit related to second order thinking, right? Now, तो रीजनिंग हमने समझा कि बेसिकली यू नीड टू शो वाई योर आर्ग्यूमेंट इज ट्रू. यू नीड टू गिव मी अ रीजन बिहाइंड इट. द नेक्स्ट थिंग दैट यू नीड टू गिव और डू इज गिव मी द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ योर आर्ग्यूमेंट. अभी इम्पैक्ट कैन बी ऑफ 3 टाइप्स. दैट इज नॉट समथिंग दैट वी आर कवरिंग टुडे. बट मतलब क्या इम्पैक्ट का कि if you just tell me that Indians will have better job opportunities abroad, they'll have better living conditions abroad, they will not have to face a lot of pollution. ठीक है, I buy that. I mean, I understand whatever you're saying is totally all right. But is it really that much helpful for an Indian, right? हमारा question क्या था कि it would be in the benefit of educated Indians. तो क्या उनको benefit मिल रहा है या कितना benefit मिल रहा है? हर डिबेट क्वेश्चन के पीछे होता है कि आप कितना बेनिफिट दे पा रहे हो लोगों को. एंड दैट बेनिफिट इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट वी नीड टू टॉक अबाउट ओवर हियर. दैट व्हाट इज द काइंड ऑफ ऑब्जेक्टिव्स और थिंग्स दैट योर मोशन or your side is able to achieve. For example, if Indians have better job opportunities abroad, that means that they'll be able to get a higher salary. Getting a higher salary would mean that then they would be able to send back more money as remittances to their country back India, to their families back in India. I hope that all of us over here understand the meaning of remittances. It basically means कि अगर एक इंडियन बाहर अमेरिका में रह रहा है, 1 लाख रुपए कमा रहा है, मतलब उतना तो नहीं कमाएगा बट हाँ, तो उसमें से 20,000 रुपये अगर उसने अपनी फैमिली को वापस इंडिया में भेज दिए, उसके माँ पापा इंडिया में रहते थे, उसने 20,000 यहाँ भेज दिए, तो उसको हम रेमिटेंस कहते हैं. तो इफ इंडियंस हैव अ हायर पे अब्रॉड, आर गेटिंग अ हायर सैलरी अब्रॉड, इट मीन्स दैट दे विल बी एबल टू सेंड हायर रेमिटेंसेस टू देयर फैमिली बैक इन इंडिया. अब पैसा आता है तो खर्चा भी करते हैं हम लोग. तो when they will send money back to their families in India, then their families in India will spend more money in India. मतलब अब उनके माँ बाप जो इंडिया में रहते थे, जिनको 20,000 रुपये मिले, वो 20,000 रुपये खर्चा करने अमेरिका नहीं जाएंगे, वो तो इंडिया में ही रहते हैं. तो वो कहीं ना कहीं किसी भी तरीके से इस 20,000 रुपये को इंडिया में खर्च करेंगे और उनका ये एक्सपेंडिचर किसी और इंडियन की इनकम बनेगा. ये इकोनॉमिक्स का एक बेसिक प्रिंसिपल है जो अगर आप में से कभी किसी को अभी नहीं पता बिकॉज आप लोग लोअर स्टैंडर्ड्स में हो, देन यू नीड नॉट वरी. बट अभी के लिए बस इतना समझ लो कि इफ दे आर स्पेंडिंग मनी इन इंडिया, देन इट्स ग्रेट फॉर इंडियाज इकोनॉमी, राइट? सो दे विल सेंड मनी बैक टू देयर फैमिलीज इन इंडिया एंड when their families will receive their money, will receive this money, they will spend more in India. This will lead to economic development of India, and again उनकी families का इंडिया में expenditure किसी और इंडियन की इनकम बनेगा, तो इंडियंस की भी इनकम एज अ रिजल्ट राइज करेगी. The income of Indians will rise as well, right? एंड इसके पीछे बहुत सारी चीज़ें और भी आती हैं, जैसे फिर जब वो खर्चा करेंगे तो डिमांड भी बढ़ेगी, जिससे फैक्ट्री प्रोडक्शन, तो वो एक पूरी साइकिल बढ़ती है, जिसके बारे में अभी हम बात नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि उसके लिए मुझे आपको पूरी इकोनॉमिक्स की वो पूरी साइकिल समझानी पड़ेगी, राइट? अभी के लिए बस ये मतलब है कि इम्पैक्ट में आप ये बोल दोगे कि मैंने जो ये आर्ग्यूमेंट बताया इसके सच होने से क्या फ़ायदा मिल रहा है. ओके, चलो हमने रीजनिंग कर लिया, हमने इम्पैक्ट कर लिया, एंड these are the second and third. The first part in the argument was title, right? ये तो है रीजनिंग और इम्पैक्ट. अब टाइटल भी कर लिया, रीजनिंग भी कर लिया, इम्पैक्ट भी कर लिया. चौथी चीज़ जो आती है दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंस. अब इम्पोर्टेंस इतनी इम्पोर्टेंट क्यों है? Why do I need to show the importance of an argument? See, when you get a debate motion, आप मुझे बहुत सारे आर्ग्यूमेंट्स दे सकते हो जिनकी रीजनिंग भी सच होगी, they will be true, and they will have a lot of impacts as well. They will give the society a lot of benefit. But then the question lies, is this argument important in this particular debate? Or is this the most important argument in this particular debate? Right? Importance या फिर आप इसको relevance भी कह सकते हो. That will help you understand it in a better manner. So 2 questions. Is this argument really needed or important in the debate today? And secondly, is this the most important argument in this debate today? Frankly speaking, the first time that I learned this structure of an argument, it was probably in a workshop by ISDs. That's not important. But yeah, I totally did not get this importance वाला part. मुझको तो लग रहा था कि ये impact और importance में अंतर क्या है. But I'll try to make it very clear to all of you. अगर नहीं होता, then I know that it's maybe something that पहली बार में clear नहीं होगा. तो do ask me, right? See, अभी हम यहाँ पर एक आर्ग्यूमेंट देख रहे थे, राइट? आप जहाँ पर बोल रहे थे कि कंट्री का इकोनॉमिक लेवल बढ़ेगा अगर ये इंडियंस इंडिया में वापस रुकेंगे. बाद में जो हमने वर्डिंग चेंज कर दी कि उससे वो लोग खुश होंगे एंड वो पेट्रियट हैं एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा, तब तो चलो वो आर्ग्यूमेंट सेटल हो गया. बट अगर हम वो चेंज नहीं करते एंड बस हम ये कहते हैं कि कंट्री की इकोनॉमिक लेवल बढ़ेगी, राइट? तो क्या कंट्री की इकोनॉमिक लेवल बढ़ेगी जब वो इंडिया में वापस रुकेंगे? हाँ, डेफिनेटली बढ़ेगी, राइट? दे विल बी कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टू इंडियाज इकोनॉमी. सो रीजनिंग है, सच है, ये आर्गुमेंट वैलिड है. क्या इम्पैक्ट होएगा? हाँ, कुछ ना कुछ इम्पैक्ट होएगा. जब कंट्री की इकोनॉमिक लेवल बढ़ेगी तो लोग ज़्यादा पैसे कमाएंगे, वो ज़्यादा खर्चा कर पाएंगे, उनकी ज़रूरतें पूरी होंगी. इम्पैक्ट भी बहुत सारा इस आर्गुमेंट का. बट जो लास्ट चीज़ है इम्पॉर्टेंस, वहाँ ये आर्ग्यूमेंट फेल कर जाएगा कि क्या ये आर्ग्यूमेंट आज की डिबेट में इम्पॉर्टेंट है? नहीं है. क्यों? क्योंकि डिबेट ये है कि क्या उससे इन इंडियंस का फ़ायदा होगा जो बाहर मूव कर रहे हैं या नहीं, ना कि क्या इंडिया का फ़ायदा होगा, राइट? उस वजह से ये आर्ग्यूमेंट जिसकी रीजनिंग भी है, इम्पैक्ट भी है, बट स्टिल ये आज के डिबेट मोशन में इम्पॉर्टेंट नहीं है. या फिर जैसा हमने बाद में देखा कि अब हमने इसकी वर्डिंग थोड़ी सी चेंज कर दी, हाँ, और हमने कह दिया कि उनको अब वो खुश होंगे जब वो अपनी कंट्री में कंट्रीब्यूट कर पाएंगे बिकॉज वो पेट्रियट्स हैं. तो अब ये जो आर्ग्यूमेंट है इसकी इम्पोर्टेंस है थोड़ी बहुत, क्योंकि अब ये आर्ग्यूमेंट ये अपने मोशन से थोड़ा रिलेटेड है. ये कह रहा है कि ये इंडियंस के बेनिफिट में, जो कि अनएडुकेटेड इंडियंस के बेनिफिट में. बट अगर मैं इसे कंपेयर करूँ तो अभी भी ये उतना इम्पॉर्टेंट नहीं है जितना बाकी के आर्ग्यूमेंट्स हो सकते हैं, जैसे कि आपको होस्ट कंट्री में या मतलब जहाँ आप जाओगे वहाँ पर रेसिज्म वगैरह फेस करना पड़ेगा, राइट? तो आपके आर्ग्यूमेंट में रीजनिंग और इम्पैक्ट हो सकती है, बट इम्पॉर्टेंस भी एक बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ है जो आपके आर्ग्यूमेंट में होनी चाहिए. एंड फॉर दैट यू जस्ट नीड टू आस्क 2 मेन क्वेश्चंस. That is this argument really needed, relevant to or important in this debate today? Secondly, is this the most important argument in this debate today? और फिर ये क्वेश्चन बस आपको खुद से नहीं पूछने, ये क्वेश्चन आपको जज को समझाने भी पड़ेंगे. कुछ आर्ग्यूमेंट्स होते हैं ऐसे जिनमें पहली वाली चीज़ तो चलो इंट्यूटिव होती है कि हाँ, अगर वो ज़्यादा पैसा कमा पा रहे हैं तो ये इंट्यूटिव है कि ये उनके बेनिफिट में है और ये आज के मोशन के लिए रेलेवेंट है, तो मुझे ये समझाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. लेकिन क्यों ज़्यादा पैसा कमाना इस डिबेट का सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट आर्ग्यूमेंट है, एंड वाई इट इज़ मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट देन ऑल द बेनिफिट्स दैट अगेंस्ट द मोशन इज प्रपोजिंग, कि यू विल नॉट हैव टू वेस्ट अ लॉट ऑफ मनी, यू विल नॉट हैव टू फेस रेसिज्म. वाई इज दिस योर आर्ग्यूमेंट ऑफ योर्स मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट देन ऑल ऑफ देयर आर्ग्यूमेंट्स? दैट इज समथिंग दैट यू डेफिनेटली नीड टू डू. ये था इम्पॉर्टेंस वाला पोर्शन. Is there anyone who is not able to properly understand this abhi? Raise your hand. Or rather, raise your hand if you have very clearly understood title, reasoning, impact as well as importance. If you understood all the 4 things pretty well, raise your hand. Okay. Yeah, cool then. So all of you have raised your hand. It means that probably I've done a good job. So then, let us quickly do an activity. Yep, here it is. And yeah, there's this evidence thing as well. In every argument, you should probably give at least one fact, at least one example to prove कि जो आपकी रीजनिंग थी वो सच थी. मतलब रीजनिंग को बैक करने के लिए एक एविडेंस या एक फैक्ट या फिर एक एग्जाम्पल वो भी दे देना. तो या so let's see an example and do we have an activity? No, we do not. Right. So this is the topic over here. What I want you all to do is that we'll read this as an example and then we'll move back to our topic, right? And probably you all want to give me the same thing, reasoning, impact and importance for any of these arguments. Okay, so let's read out an example over here. Yeah. So let's say the motion was online gaming is a curse for teenagers. A very easy one. So I'm saying this is an argument that online gaming leads to time displacement for teens and that is why it is bad for them. The reasoning is that teenagers have limited time and energy. Excessive gaming can crowd out other important activities like sleep, physical exercise, socializing with friends and family, and schoolwork. So because they have limited time and energy, excessive gaming can take time from their important work. The impact of this shall be that the lack of sleep can lead to fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and weakened immune system. Physical inactivity can contribute to health problems down the line. Social isolation can lead to feelings of loneliness and depression. Falling grades can affect future academic opportunities. So I've given multiple impact of the same argument. Then I come to the importance. A balanced lifestyle is crucial for teenagers' physical and mental well-being. It sets the foundation for healthy habits and success in various aspects of life. This is not a good importance written over here. What a better importance could have been was that understand panel why this argument is the most important one in today's debate, because any other thing that they say for teenagers is not important as their time. Teenage is a time period where these students do not know how to manage their time, but still they need to work a lot, right? They've just entered into a phase where they have tremendous academic load, extracurriculars, etc., etc. For all of them, they have a lot to do on their plate. Yet, unlike the adults, they haven't still understood how to manage their time well. And so for them, any amount of time waste is a very, very, very negative thing, because for them, time is very important. Therefore, if they miss out on their time or if they do not utilize it properly, then it is more important than any other benefit that their side can probably bring, even if they can bring. Or rather, even in my side, it is the most important argument for this reason. Okay? तो इस तरीके से आपने टाइटल, रीजनिंग, इम्पैक्ट और इम्पोर्टेंस चारों चीज़ें दे दी. क्लियर?
Yes, it's clear.
Thank you. Then we'll be coming back to our topic here, which was, it would be in the benefit of educated Indians to emigrate after completing their education. So, except for the first one, or even if you want, you can do it for that as well. We have these few arguments and the topic. Choose any. I'll give you all 3 minutes. It's 4:47. At 4:50, I'll ask you all to give me your argument with all of these things. Reasoning, impact, importance, as well as the title. तो चलो ये है. तो मैं इसको थोड़ा सा आपके लिए जूम आउट कर देता हूँ ताकि आप लोग ये देख सको इजीली. So choose any motion, choose any single argument, and for that expand. Yep. तो आप लोग सारी चीज़ें देख सकते हो. You have all the arguments. एक्सपेंड कर लो कोई भी एक चुनकर. You have till 4:51. Yep, everyone, it's time 4:51. Um, is anyone ready? Raise your hands. If not, then we can take more time. Yeah, someone is. Sanvi, go ahead.
Okay, so I will be explaining the point of uh, against going out, which is it requires a lot of capital. The reason is the capital may or may not be present with an individual or even masses. For example, uh, if I am an educated person but I lack capital, I don't have enough money, I won't be able to go out. The impact of it would be that I see my peers going out, which creates a pressure on me. The other, and it is important because individuals play an important role in every economy, even if they are staying back in India or if they are moving abroad. It is important for us and for the government to take care of it. The second point I would like to uh, bring out as my reason is that the capital with an individual may be misused. How? For example, I am an Indian. I don't know how the American market works. I have to take a, let's say, a hostel and other resources for me to live over there. I have no clue how it works, what is the market price. The capital and the person can be exploited. That is the impact, and it is important.
Okay, good. Uh, we'll come to Vanya and then I'll tell you both upload icons again, okay? Vanya.
Strangely enough, I also thought of the same motion because I thought of it that it has a lot of points. So this is why I chose it. But anyway, my I would like to start my argument with a lot of capital is required because first of all, we are shifting from one place to another, which in this day and age is not at all cheap. So again, it requires a lot of capital. Going house hunting and going house hunting is also very expensive, and paying for utilities such as food and water is also very expensive. Not to mention the being exploited by people because we don't know what's going on around there. And I think my relevance would be that a lot because of emigration, people are forgetting their culture and roots, which is again a reason why a lot of capital is invested directly or indirectly. Because you know, I'm not able to explain it properly, but what I mean to say is that emigration does is not at all okay in this day and age, and because of the population, everything is expensive. Uh, yes, I would like to end here.
Okay, got it. So now it's easier for me because I've done the same argument, right? Um, by the way, if I forget बाद में अभी ही बोल देता हूँ. If you guys are free at 8:30 to 9:30 today, then do attend category C's class as well. Drop me a personal message to send you guys the link. Because yeah, importance is something that you guys still need to know more about, and probably it's not very clear right now, as you can see from your arguments. So yeah, and that class today in category C is not exactly about importance, but pretty much related to it. Okay, that being said, talking about Pablo calculus, the reasoning that you both have given me is definitely the right one. That yeah, actually it is expensive, and then also because there are always people who want to misuse them because of their lack of knowledge, etc. So it gets even more important, right? So the reasoning is definitely entirely true. However, the impacts that you have given me is something that you can work upon more and give me probably better impacts, right? Because maybe just saying that how they'll face how they'll face peer pressure, etc. Yes, Vanya, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I just missed out on a really important point. What my relevance was that when we are shifting from one place to another, a lot of money is required, and as most Indians, like sorry, we would have to take up a loan, which would be very, it would take us a lot of time, and it would indirectly lead us to more debt, which will not be nice actually. I mean, yeah, it will indirectly lead to a lot of debt. I should
Exactly.
write my arguments down.
Right, exactly. That is something that I was really looking for over here. Now, that is a way better point that you could have given me, both of you. That it's great that you're talking about peer pressure and the kind of. Now, even when you talk about peer pressure, tell me the kind of implications that it is going to have on the person, right? If you're saying that they'll face peer pressure, tell me how they'll be sad about it or maybe disheartened about it, how it's going to lead to a negative maybe it's going to lead to mental issues, not exactly depression, anxiety, but yeah, at least to some extent to some kind of mental issues. And then this loans wala point is something that I was definitely looking for and I did not get up till now. That is an impact that you can very easily use, that how they spend so much money on their loans when they need to go abroad, but then what if they do not find a good enough job? What if Trump uncle का mood पागल हो जाता है थोड़ा सा and he wants them to go back to India? I hope that I won't be jailed for that. But yeah, so you could have played better by using that loan wala approach. And then the importance or relevance. Now, for the importance or relevance, saying what you guys earlier said, uh, that because individuals are important in a society, in for the nation, etc., etc., or whatever you guys had given me was not something that wouldn't be true for these other arguments, right? मैं सेम चीज़ बाकी आर्ग्यूमेंट्स में भी कह सकता हूँ जो आपने इंपॉर्टेंस दी थी. तो फिर आपका ये वाला आर्ग्यूमेंट फेवर ऑफ द मोशन में जो बंदा बोल रहा है उसके आर्ग्यूमेंट से ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट कैसे हुआ? आपने तो बस बोला कि मैंने ये आर्ग्यूमेंट दिया है, उसने ये आर्ग्यूमेंट दिया है, मेरा वाला इंपॉर्टेंट है इस वजह से. बट बात तो ये है कि सेम वजह तो दूसरा वाला भी कह सकता है कि सेम वजह तो मेरे में भी है, तो मेरा भी आपसे ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो दैट डज नॉट नेसेसरली एक्सप्लेन टू मी why your argument is the most important one, right? So importance is something that you all need to work upon, and definitely do attend today's class at night or maybe just watch a recording, because there we are going to cover this in way more depth. That entire class is about showing how your arguments are more important. But that being said, for now you guys are giving definitely good at reasoning. Impacting needs a little bit more in-depth thing, and importance is something that you really need to work upon. Okay, now how would I have tackled this? Probably the same thing that I told you. Impacting लोन वाला थोड़ा ज़्यादा आ जाता, जो उनका social implication. I am speaking slow right now, my volume would be low. Yeah. So yeah, probably why you could have told me why this argument is most important as compared to the other arguments, because see, the other arguments, all that side for the motion was talking about how they'll have better job opportunities, how they'll have better living conditions, how they won't have to face a lot of pollution, etc., etc. For all of it, these individuals probably do not have that much understanding of how the economic machine of that country works, right? And वो इतना पैसा जो अभी लोन में ले रहे हैं, thinking that they will get a lot of job opportunities, they'll get better living conditions, etc., etc., it might not turn out to be that way, because जैसा मैंने कहा कि ये जो लोन और कैपिटल वगैरह वाली चीज़ है, तो एक तो वो पहले ही लोन से परेशान रहेंगे, दूसरा अगर उनकी जॉब चली गई या लिविंग, तो फिर उनका ये जो पूरा लोन वाली चीज़ थी वो उनके लिए और ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लमेटिक हो जाएगी, बिकॉज ईएमआई तो अभी भी देनी ही है, दे स्टिल नीड टू पे द ईएमआई. And then the living conditions that they talk about, as we told you earlier, that's because the prices over there are so high, therefore the living conditions that they talk about still would not be as high as they really propose that they would be. The healthcare, we know how expensive it is over there, so it is probably not going to be that good when you compare it to back to India. So probably all the arguments that they are talking about, they fail when you understand how expensive these places are and the kind of capital that you need to go over there. Okay, now we'll move on to the next point. Again, once again, please do see today's class या उसकी recording देख लेना.
Recording भेज देना, that would be more convenient.
Sure, just give me a reminder because I may forget otherwise.
Go
And
on.
tell me around 10. Okay, yeah, once we've done this, we are not going to do impacting for now because that is going to take a lot of time. What we are going to do is rebuttals. Is everyone comfortable if we stretch this class to 5:30? If anyone has to go, then we'll maybe take this some other time.
I have to go actually.
You have to go. That's totally all right. So we'll end this class of today over here. Maybe we'll discuss a few more doubts, and we'll cover rebuttals some other day. Do not worry. I think we have time in our schedule. Meanwhile, do we have any doubts in today's class?
No, the examples were perfect.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this is category B, right? So, yep, we have time in the next session as well, and we have time in the last session as well. Cool. Vanya, go ahead.
I just wanted to ask for an example of the same title that we require more capital. How would you differentiate relevance and impact? Because that was very clashy.
No, relevance or अच्छा sorry, relevance and impact. Okay, ठीक है. And I'll be very honest with you. This is the exact doubt that I had when I learned about this thing. कि इम्पैक्ट और इम्पोर्टेंस में अंतर ही क्या है. बिकॉज अगर किसी को इम्पैक्ट समझ आ रहे हैं तो वो आर्ग्यूमेंट ऑटोमेटिकली इम्पॉर्टेंट हो जाता है, राइट. बट अगेन तो उसकी भी एक चीज़ है, जैसे मैंने अभी आपसे ऊपर कहा था कि हर आर्ग्यूमेंट में ज़रूरी नहीं है कि रीजनिंग बहुत ज़्यादा हो या बहुत ज़्यादा रिक्वायर्ड हो. सिमिलरली हर आर्ग्यूमेंट में इम्पोर्टेंस भी बहुत ज़्यादा, मतलब कितनी हद तक रिक्वायर्ड है ये भी डिपेंड करता है. जितने ज़्यादा नुआंस्ड आर्ग्यूमेंट्स होते हैं या नीश आर्ग्यूमेंट्स होते हैं उतना ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट हो जाता है उनकी इम्पोर्टेंस के बारे में बता रहा. बट कई आर्ग्यूमेंट्स ऐसे भी होते हैं जिनकी इम्पोर्टेंस उनके इम्पैक्ट से ही या इंट्यूटिवली ही क्लियर हो जाती है. एंड प्रोबेबली टू अ लार्ज एक्सटेंट ये लार्ज रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ अ लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ कैपिटल भी एक ऐसा ही आर्ग्यूमेंट है जिसका इम्पैक्ट काफ़ी हद तक उसकी इम्पोर्टेंस को क्लियर कर देता है. लेकिन स्टिल आपके लिए कॉन्सेप्ट समझना ज़रूरी इसलिए है क्योंकि कई बार ऐसे आर्ग्यूमेंट हो सकते हैं जिनकी इम्पैक्ट से ये चीज़ क्लियर ना हो, तो वहाँ तो अप्लाई करना ही पड़ेगा, राइट. बट अगेन अगर हमें फिर से इसके डिटेल्स में जाना होता एंड विल फॉरगेट एवरीथिंग दैट वी हैड डिस्कस्ड अबाउट हाउ अ ह्यूज कैपिटल इज रिक्वायर्ड and we'll build this argument again from scratch. Okay, we'll try to do it quick. So we are saying that it requires a huge amount of capital. Firstly, this argument and the title itself is not properly worded and it's not the exact argument that you should be speaking, because पैसा बहुत जगहों पे चाहिए होता है. You need to word it in a manner which actually makes it an argument for this case. So if I were to give the title, I'd say that huge capital leads to increased burden on these individuals, right? Once I've done that, the reasoning is something that you guys have totally given me. All right, I won't go there, right? Impact of this shall be how they need to pay more money now, which means increased financial burden. They need to take loans, which means again increased financial burden as well as mental burden. They'll be forced to work in the host country, because if they come back to India, then they will never be able to pay back the loan with the kind of salaries that we have, right? Ignore all the spelling mistakes, that's totally not necessary. So they will never be able to pay back the loan with the kind of salaries that we have here in India, and that is why they won't be able to come back to India, right? Another impact could be, this impact itself, we could see how this is forcing them to stay there no matter how worse the conditions are, forcing them to stay there no matter how worse the conditions are, right? Like racism, etc. Then also, if someday, immediately, for whatever reason, they need to come back to India, maybe they have a family emergency, or maybe the host country does some kind of policy change which is happening right now in America, etc., etc., then they'll have immense burden. Why? Because of the point 3 जैसे हमने बात करी थी कि अब जब वो वापस आएंगे तो ये financial burden तो उनके पास है ही, तो अभी पैसा कहाँ से चुकाएंगे, right? So all this impact that we've done, if you do the impacting properly, it becomes easier for you to do the importance thing. अब मुझे importance से बस ये कहना है why this argument is the most important, right? So I'll say इसके लिए what I'll do is कि I'll go back to the arguments in favor of the motion. Better job opportunities, better living conditions, and being saved from pollution. I'll add it to better living conditions only. तो better job opportunities and better living conditions से बेहतर क्यों होगी? So I'm just saying that why is this argument more important as compared to their argument of better pay and living conditions, right? It is so because why is this argument more important than their argument of better pay and better living conditions? Because it takes away the freedom from them. ठीक है, understand? Because firstly, it makes their own these two arguments like a mirage, and I'll explain what it means. And secondly, then, if these arguments are not so true, then they are also giving a huge thing in this pursuit, which is their freedom. And yeah, freedom is probably the third वाला point के लिए another name. Now I can say, why is this freedom so more important for them as compared to better pay and better living conditions? Because if any day they face an emergency, which is something that almost everyone can have, right? Then they will not be able to support their families for whom they are going out in the first place, right? So that their families, as they can send good money to their families as well when they are going out in the first place. So if there is any family emergency, they will not be able to stand by or support their families by coming back to India, because they cannot, for this reason that वहाँ पे सब इतना ज़्यादा खर्चा है कि उन्होंने बहुत ज़्यादा लोन उठा लिया है, right? अभी अगर उन तो पहली बात तो ये हो गई, यही अपने आप में एक ऐसा पॉइंट है जिसको फिर आप एक्सपैंड कर सकते हो कि फैमिलीज को सपोर्ट नहीं कर पाएंगे, अगर कोई फंक्शन होगा तो उसमें वापस नहीं आ पाएंगे, एंड इस सब की वजह से वो खुश नहीं रह पाएंगे। एंड किसी भी इंसान के लिए खुशी, ह्यूमन हैप्पीनेस इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट रीजन or is the most important objective in any policy that we want to achieve, right? कि इंसान खुश रहे. We want a better pay. Why? So that humans can be happy. We want better living conditions. Why? So that humans can be happy. And this is something that will make them way more sad as compared to what this money can ever make them. तो पहले तो you can play on this to show that you are very important. Secondly, then you can say कि चलो let's say that they are not taking a loan, right? Let's say that they are not taking a loan. Then still, if they are not taking a loan, then they'll feel that even if they are not taking a loan, still they have put in a lot of money, right? Even if they haven't taken the loan, तो क्या हुआ होगा? मे बी खेती बेच दी हो, अपना खेत बेच दिया होगा, ज़मीन बेच दी होगी, कुछ भी. From some way or the other they would have arranged this money, and arranging all of this money means that अब अगर इंडिया में ऐसे ही वापस चले गए तो भाई समाज में हमारी बहुत बेइज्जती होगी. So they will of course they cannot of course go back like this. They'll have to go back with something. They'll have to go back. अगर वो जा रहे हैं तो अच्छे खासे रिटर्न के साथ जाएंगे, मतलब अच्छे खासी मनी के संग, पैसे के संग जाएंगे. Otherwise they cannot go back, which again takes upon their freedom. एंड दैट इज़ अगेन समथिंग जो हमने पहले ही बताया कि कैसे इंपॉर्टेंट है कि जो उनका मेन पर्पस था बाहर जाने का, कि वो अपनी फैमिलीज़ को सपोर्ट कर पाएंगे, उनके लिए कंट्रीब्यूट कर पाएंगे, वो तो वो कर ही नहीं पाएंगे, जिससे कि ये लोग खुश नहीं रह पाएंगे. और अगर वो खुश नहीं रह पाएंगे तो किसी भी ह्यूमन पॉलिसी का जो भी बेसिक ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है वो ही अचीव नहीं होगा, राइट? इज दिस क्लियर? ओके. Is there any doubt in this? Yeah, if you guys
No,
like
it's
to-
clear.
It's clear? Okay, right. I still do not expect you all to have एक अच्छी वाली अंडरस्टैंडिंग इम्पोर्टेंस की या फिर द डिफरेंस बिटवीन इम्पैक्ट एंड इम्पोर्टेंस की. मुझे खुद वो समझते आई गेस अराउंड 1-1.25 साल तो लग गया वो डिफरेंस समझने में. तो I will not expect the same from you all, and probably you as well should not expect the same from yourself. क्या आपको वो तुरंत समझ आ जाए? बट यस, प्रोबेबली आज रात की क्लास आपकी काफ़ी मदद करेगी उस डिफरेंस को समझने में. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, इज देयर एनी डाउट इन वॉट एवर वी डन टुडे? नो?
No, everything is clear.
Thank you so much. Then we'll be wrapping up today's session. I'll be sharing a feedback form for you all to tell if you want me to repeat anything. I'll stop presenting and stop recording my screen.